Hi guys, it's Lynn here. Hope you're having an amazing day. Now welcome to my November Cacti and Succulent Polytunnel collection update. And those of you who've been watching my videos know that over the past few weeks I've been completely bringing a load of cacti and succulents that are not cold hardy into the house and doing a whole video vlog series, and also a whole video vlog series of rearranging all the cacti and succulents left that I have in the polytunnel here. And I'm going to be doing a complete indoor cacti and succulent and houseplant update in the next few days after this video, so stay tuned for that. But this is a complete tour of my cacti and succulent plant polytunnel collection. Now it's all been rearranged and revamped. I'm going to show you what is happening and what is blooming beautiful in the polytunnel. And as you know, it's now November, and this is a time of year when the majority of the cacti and succulents are pretty much going into, if not into, their winter dormancy. But as the weather's been pretty mild here in Ireland, in Northern Ireland, we still have lots going on with the cacti and succulents, and some of the succulents are still sort of fairly winter growers as well. I'm going to do a separate video in a few weeks' time on the winter growing succulents, but I'm going to cover the whole range in this video. This is a complete update, and very happy to say there is still lots going on for this time of year. And because there is still so much, as you can see, I'm going to start off, I think, on the right-hand side here and then work my way across. Now, we have our tall cereus cacti here. These are smaller. They are large, guys. Smaller of our cereus cacti in the polytunnel. We have three very large ones that were too tall for the polytunnel, and we had to overwinter them on our staircase. I know, guys, crazy, but stay tuned for them in the indoor cacti and succulent and houseplant update. As I say, I'll put that on probably in a few days' time after this one, so that will be on there. But I'm starting off on this side here. Now, this is my Trichocereus scopolycola cactus. I have a few different types of Trichocereus scopolycolas over here. I'm going to show you this one. This is a sort of it's a three big ones all in the same here that we planted up. They are all scopolycola, and happy to say this one is forming a flower bud. Look at that, guys. A lovely, quite a big flower bud, and we moved this in when we had it out in the little greenhouse in the yard for the summer, and it just started to form a flower bud, and it is still growing, so fingers crossed it will continue to flower. Bit late in the year for it, but as I say, I have strange cacti, so hopefully we'll get a bloom out of this one. Lovely to see. Here I have my Trichocereus grandiflorus. That never flowered for me this year, but I think it's because I repotted it. It was desperate for a repot, and it's put out a lot of new growth since, but that's going to be overwintering there. Then I have a collection of three different types of mother of thousands plants there. Kalanchoe degrementiana, tubiflora, and degrementiana times tubifloras, all there, all with lots of little babies on, all tucked in the corner there. And then I have my big Echinopsis oxygona, a big multi-headed specimen that has lovely violety purpley coloured flowers on it. Not at the moment, of course, but it does usually. And then we have a selection of different types again of Trichocereus, which we have here, all different types. This video would be way too long if I actually went through every single individual one here, but as you can see, a bit of an idea of what we've got going on there. That one's just forming a little pup at the top. And here we have some clyster cacti, a few different types here, the ones that are leaning over. This one is Clyster cactus vulpis cauda. Again, this is actually just ready to flower at the moment. That's been flowering all through the spring, summer, and now into the fall. And that is actually almost in flower, guys. It's very wacky, as you can see. It looks more like just a bud, but that's how they form the flowers. Trichocereus pachanoi we've got here. This is another Trichocereus that Hans has grown from seed, a big multi-headed specimen many years ago. Here we have another Clyster cactus variety. This is Clyster cactus candelii here, which is has a lovely thin-stemmed variety there. And here we have a selection of Matucana and also the majority of Lophophoras we have here. We have a large Lophophora williamsii range, commonly known as the peyote cacti, and a few different varieties, as you can see. Some are more very multi-headed specimens, and quite a lot of these ones at the front, the majority we've grown from seed ourselves. And here we have an absolutely breathtaking Luxemburgia principis that we got from our late friend Bill. Very beautiful plant there, and also some other of Bill's plants that we got from him too. And I did make a video a few days ago on when we got these lovely plants, so do check that out if you haven't already. It will be on this channel, of all these beautiful plants there. Lovely, look at that, a lovely age to them as well. I've got some Pharaoh cacti, this one there with a multi-head I've had for about 25 years, and lots of different ones as well. Lots of new additions that we got from wonderful people gifting us some amazing plants as well over the past few months. They're settling in nicely. These ones here, my Mammillarias, I've had for a very long time as well here. This one here is the Mammillaria snowstorm, and it's absolutely beautiful there. And this one again was from our late friend Bill. A lot of age to that one as well. And I'm going to show you this beauty in a minute when I go to the epiphyllums. Some more clyster, I love big clyster cactus there, and some Trochocerius, different types here. Trochocerius also here, very large plant here, all different types. And we have two big very large aloes that are Hans's here. This one is the original aloe vera that Hans got from Sweden. He's grown for many years. This one here is an Aloe arborescens, also Hans's has had for many years. And here we have a selection of different succulents. I rearranged all the succulents on here. Now here we have a cacti, some epiphyllum cacti, the smaller ones that we're able to overwinter here in the polytunnel. And they're sort of going pretty much into a dormancy. They will probably need a little bit of water throughout the winter, but probably only about once a month, and just enough to stop them from shriveling up. And this one here is a beautiful, this is a crassula, and it's the marginalis variegata rubra. Beautiful crassula. Look at the colour of it. It goes really red in bright sunshine. We've had quite a bit of sunny sort of cool autumn days so far, so it's really coloured up. This one here is a beautiful kalanchoe here. A few different types of succulents, many different selections, some kalanchoes, some pachypodiums, some crassulas, and the commonly jade, different types of jade plants here, all doing very well tucked in there. And again we have a mixture of a few echeverias and other types of succulents. Get this lovely variegated jade, and here lovely Crassulus costa at the background, a lovely echeveria here. More jades, more different types of succulents, and a mixture again of aeniums, all different types here. And this amazing one here, this is Testudinaria elephantypes. I'll just show you there, that's what it grows from, the big cordex there. It's nicknamed the elephantypes because of the resemblance to an elephant's foot. And this is quite remarkable because it sort of grows, it sends up a load of new shoot, and then it dies back again, sometimes in the spring and summer, and goes back to its big sort of elephant foot cordiciform, and then sprouts new growth. So this is it now. I've put the pole back in to wind it up. It is amazing. As I say, that some succulents, for this one for example, are still winter growers, so I still continue to water this, but very lightly, only just a little bit to stop it enough from shriveling. If I had succulents in the house, I'd be giving them more water, but because we keep our polytunnel at a minimum of 5 degrees Celsius, which is about 41 degrees Fahrenheit, then it's very cool. So because of that, we keep them a lot less water than we normally would. The majority, believe it or not, of these succulents would actually be kept completely dry now until next probably March, April time. But I do water the ones like this one, for example. Does need a little bit of a, this is one of the Mesembria Mustacea family. Can't remember the name now at the top of my head. I'm going to be going through all of the collection and labelling all of the plants over the next few weeks, and I'll make a video when I do that, so stay tuned, because I can never remember the names half the time, and it'd be good for me to get everything labelled in here. This is Pilastopilus. Again, this one is kept dry, and this one is an absolutely beautiful succulent here. This one is, I've got the name of it, it was gifted to me by Karina, Fifi, here on YouTube, and it is a sedum, crema sedum, absolutely beautiful. Again, goes lovely red in the sunshine. And some variegated aeniums there, and the big aenium Schwarzkopf at the back. And again, a mixture of other type of succulents here, all different types. Again, too many to go into detail, but I hope you get an idea of what I've got there. Some echeverias, graptopetalums, some crassulas, some sedums, all different types here. Fucaria there. This one is absolutely beautiful. This is a crassula, and it's nicknamed the baby's necklace. Again, it is packed with bud, starting to flower. Absolutely beautiful. So when it is completely open, these are all in flower now. When it's completely open, I'll probably do a separate video on that too. Absolutely beautiful. And here we have our string of tears. Again, it's doing very well. This is my string of pearls plant there, also growing well. Again, I will still slightly water these probably once a month when on mild autumn or winter days, but other than that, it's going to be kept pretty much dry. They store their water in here, so you're better off under than over watering in the winter time. As I say, the majority is going to be kept all dry. A mixture of different succulents under here again mainly sort of crassulas and echeverias, and a few different types here. There again we have sedums and a bit of Haworthia here. So Haworthia truncata there, and a lovely variegated Haworthia there. This one again is a sedum, nicknamed the jelly bean plant. And here I have my aloes that I've grown from seed. Aloe elegans, and elegenica. That is all from seed, growing very well under there. And this is my Gasteria that I've had for about 20 years or so. That's another aloe, that's an aloe arborescens I've grown from seed. Aloe vera, another lovely aloe there. Selection mainly here of the aloes and gasterias and haworthias. They seem to do very well here on the bench, on this plant stand, because they're a little bit more shade. And believe it or not, in the winter we actually get a lot of sun here in Northern Ireland. We actually get a lot more sun than we do in the summer, so they do need a bit more shade. They seem to do better in a bit more of a shadier spot here, and they've all been flowering all through the spring and summer, still continuing to flower, sending out flower spikes. As you can see, that one under there is sending out flower spikes. All different types of many different aloes and gasterias and haworthias there, some variegated. Here again, some little agaves also on the top, and aloes, all different types, lovely variegated agave there, and different types of aloes. This big one here is one I've grown from seed also, Aloe arborescens. It is growing remarkable in the bowl with a few other ones I've grown from seed. So that's the all the aloes. And then here I have my lovely, very old Thanksgiving cactus, my Slumbergia truncata, and it is packed full of flower buds. So I'm very happy about that, guys. So stay tuned for a future video when this is all in flower. It is remarkable, and I've already had quite a few of my other ones I've got upstairs in my office flowering lovely as well, which is really happy to see. Now this table here, we have the majority of our Opuntias. Have some more Opuntias at the back there, the cylindro Opuntias. I'll go to them in a minute. Here we have, this is Cylindro Opuntia salmianas. Yep, salmiana here, and they usually have little white flowers on them. Hasn't flowered, was actually from Hans's plant. Hasn't flowered since he's been in Ireland, but we're hoping he's going to send out flowers. These are all cuttings that we've, still more or less in the early propagation stage. Here as well, more different types of Opuntias. Again, too long to go into the individual types. This is Opuntia microdaisies minima as well, because of its tiny little pads. And this particular plant I've had for about 35 years, and when I bought it, it was just, well, when I got it from my brother, it's a little small clump, and it is just multi-clumped over the years, and it is so special to me. And here, other Opuntias. This one looks a bit hungover, but believe it or not, it's just shriveled from the lack of water now. It's getting ready for its winter hibernation, and that is normal for them to do that, especially in that there's humifusers, Opuntia humifuser I've grown from seed. Completely normal for them to look a bit hungover like that. And they soon perk up once they're given a bit of water again in the spring. It's actually their protective system to shrivel up as they do like that, because that protects them against the cold. That's what they do in their natural environments, in their natural habitats. And here a lovely big Opuntia there. Lots and lots of different varieties that we have here. Under the table we have our 3 big agaves that we have in the yard for the spring and summer, and obviously we're overwintering them here in the polytunnels. They're just under the table, still getting plenty of light, and they're just going to be overwintering. 2 of our other rather sort of deadly Opuntias that are very spiny, and that's why we've got them tucked under the table, because people who come and visit the polytunnel aren't going to hurt themselves that way, and they're only overwintering. And here we're onto this table here. Now I'm going to finish with all the hanging baskets at the end. Here we have, I say, some of the Cylindra Opuntias and the Tephro-cacti Opuntias, all the Opuntia family, but I just thought they look quite nice put at the back here. Those of you who've been watching all my rearranging videos will know that I put all these at the back, and it took me over a series of days to get it all done. Very happy with how it's looking, far more organised and far more aesthetically pleasing to the eye to see everything grouped together. And then here we have some lovely Echinocereus grusonii, commonly known as the golden bowel there. My lovely big astrophytum ornatum there, a few more, another astrophytum there also. And then we have some more Echinocactus, sorry, I keep saying Echinocactus grusoni there. And these are other types of Echinocactus as well. All gross grusoni, some of the white spine variety, different variations in their spines, but they're all different types of the grusoni. That's Echinocactus grusoni nudum, obvious reasons, lacking the spines. And then we have a good variety of different types of Echinopsis cacti. Here I say a few more of our Tephro-cacti, here all different types, and many different varieties on here. And then we've got our Echinopsis, a few different types at the front here, all different ones. These ones are the subdenudata we've grown from seed. And they're sort of overwintering pretty nice. A few of them did have a few flower buds on, but they've all dropped off now because it's just too late in the year. Sometimes they'll form flower buds and then they will drop off because it's just too late in the year. Under there I've got my big bowl of different types of jades, commonly known as the Crassula ovata plant. I'm going to be repotting these. I've got some I've just put on pots on the top because I'm going to be making a complete bowl garden with that when I've got a bit of time. But for now it's pretty okay under there. And here then we have some more astrophytums, Astrophytum myriostigma nudum. That is a Euphorbia horrida, one of the very few euphorbias that can take a pretty cold temperature. All our other euphorbias are inside the house, and I'm going to include all them when I do my indoor update as I say, in a few days time, so stay tuned for that. But this one we keep out because it's quite cold hardy, keep it completely dry. Parodias here, Parodia magnificus, looking very lovely. The lovely patterning on the bodies on them. Again, another Echinopsis tucked in there, and Parodias, and got a lot of our plants are sort of grouped together, but we do have a few mixed in because we have to put it where it sort of fits and where it looks better. Some astrophyte, another astrophytum there, another lovely astrophytum there, another lovely astrophytum, some more Echinopsis varieties, and here we have a little bowl garden and a Parodia there, and some Stenocacti here, and Tephro-cacti as well. Different types are, Thelocactus I should say, different types of Thelocacti all on here. And here this one is another sort of Parodia type, a Notocactus, sometimes called under Parodia, and Parodia there, all different varieties on there. And then this is a Cleistocactus, Cleistocactus cristata there. Now these are Echinocereus here, because Echinocactus and Echinocereus sounds very similar. This is Echinocereus here, all different types that we've got, all different varieties. And then Echinocereus here we've got on the back. This is quite a wacky looking one. Echinocereus gentrii, and another Echinocereus gentrii there. Another Echinocereus variety. This is a Cleistocactus here, Hildewinterii. Another Echinocactus there as well. Another Parodia magnifica at the back. And this big grey-haired one is a Cephalocereus senilis, nicknamed Einstein, or I nickname it Einstein anyway because it's wild grey hair. And this one here that looks a bit similar. This is an Espostoa lanata, lovely big old plant there. Quite remarkable. And then we have our very big large epiphyllums just a little bit under the table there. It's my Epiphyllum ackermanii overwintering there. My other epiphyllum underneath. And then we have tall cactus plants here. This one is another Trichocereus scopolycola there. This one here, I have two together in the pot. This is, this is a Cactus. It's not a Cactus Straussii because it doesn't have as much of the fur on it. It's like a lovely sort of very neat spine areole arrangement on this one. Not quite sure the type of Cactus, but it's an old cactus anyway. As tall as me, it was nearly as tall as me. And very, very lovely. Here then we have another Trichocereus scopolycola there. There, another scopolycola as well. And here is a wonderful, wonderful, this is a Pachycereus pringlei, and it is as tall as me, guys. It is actually 5 foot high, and it's a very, very old plant I've had for a very, very long time. Quite a special plant there. And I meant to say this one is also Pachycereus pringlei, a younger version. Absolutely amazing here. And yep, here we have a selection at the back, a few different types of cacti, mostly all Raybusias. Here, lovely clumps of different types of Raybusia and Silkrow Raybusia. And we have here the majority of our Camelobivias, Camacerius, and Lobivias as well here, all different types. This is one from my very, very old plant, Camelobivias silvestrii, that I rescued. It came down with really bad mealybug. I had to take every single part of it apart and repropagate it, and it has done really, really well. So it's on recovery, which is brilliant. This is a bit of a more longer stemmed variety of the commonly silvestrii. These type of plants are nicknamed the peanut cacti because of the way they resemble, they're almost like little peanuts. And lots of different hybrids, Camelobivias here, all different types, all different coloured flowers, absolutely amazing there. And this plant here is Honzi's. It's a really lovely, this one is, I can never pronounce this name, Morawetsia sericata. And I think it's part of like the Cactus type of family, but it's not commonly seen for sale, so that's very special. Here as well we have some more Camacerius there, all different varieties. And as I say, all the Silkrow Raybusias and the Raybusias there. And we have Mammillarias also here. This is a Raybusia too. These ones are Mammillarias, also commonly known as the red-headed Irishman because of the lovely red colour spines. More Silkrow Raybusia, more different types of Raybusias here, all different, many different varieties. Absolutely love them. So obviously all these desert type of cacti now will be kept completely bone dry until possibly April next year, because they would need to be totally dry to overwinter, to take the cool temperatures and to have a proper winter rest. These are all Mammillarias here. Different types again of Mammillarias all on here as well, different types of Mammillarias. And the little one, that's one I've grown from seed. That's actually one I've grown from seed from this plant here. It's a little baby, isn't it adorable? And here we have Gymnocalciums, different varieties all on there. And here we have some Gymnocalciums also, different types. Many different types here. So I wish I could just go through and tell you the names of every single one, but it's just gonna take too long, guys, and it just be too long for you all. These are a selection of some of our Pharaoh cacti. We have other ones mixed about as well. The majority of them we keep all together, all on here, and again all on there. And then on this we have some aloes and a kalanchoe all at the back there. And another tubiflora, Kalanchoe tubiflora, some more echeverias on the big plant stand here, and aloes, and another echeveria there. It's a lovely, beautiful sort of purple variety there, some little miniature echeverias here, and this big echeveria bowl as well, which I've got here, all different types, all in here, some Graptopetalums as well. And then these are all our little seedlings that we've grown from seed. We have a lot of the very young seedlings up in the house in our grow rooms, and I'll cover that when I do the indoor update, so that will be in a few days time. But these are the ones that are about over a year old, if not more, and all different types of seedlings there, from Trichocereus to Opuntia to Mammillarias and to Cacti, Corypanthas, Lobivias, so many different types, but they are just adorable. And these will not be given any water at all now until next springtime also, because they're old enough to get through the winter without being watered, as the ones we've got in our grow room still need to be watered because they're still young. So that's all the ones on the tables. Now I'm going to show you the hanging baskets. And here we have a Cedar morganium, commonly known as the burro's tail. And this is one I propagated from one little single stem cutting, and it has got lovely, and I potted that up into a lovely hanging basket. Does well in here. This is one of my zigzag cacti. We have 2 of them. That one is blooming beautiful, so I'm going to save the best till last. This one is this is epiphyllum, and it is one of the zigzags, as I say. And this is Cryptocereus anthonianus extreme, so it's a different variety to the one we've got flowering there. But this has not flowered for us, so until then we'll have to wait to see what the flowers are going to be. And then we have here my there's 3 different types actually of Sclerotia truncatus in a hanging basket, and the majority of them are all full of bud. There's white, red and pink, so that's going to be very exciting. These are epiphyllums, all overwintering. There'll be no signs of life on them now until next spring. And here again, another Sclerotia truncata in the basket. We also have white and pink in here too, again filled with buds. And this is the true Christmas cactus because it has the scalloped leaves. This is the Sclerotia bucklei, that's the truncata, this is the bucklei. And as you can see, it is filled with buds. So that probably won't flower for another month or 2 because this is later flowering than the Sclerotia truncata, which is commonly known as the Thanksgiving cactus. But good to see lots of buds on that too, so that's going to be wonderful. Another epiphyllum overwintering there. Other epiphyllums, all different varieties, all going to be overwintering now. Now this is my Cactus Collodimonsis, commonly known as the monkey's tail. That had been blooming lovely in the summer. That's all overwintering. My other Cactus Hildewinterii, that's overwintering too. That's going to need to be pruned back. These cacti do sometimes just, the stems die back. It's not rotting, it's just die back, so it's going to be pruned. And here we have 3 different types of Aporocacti. This is a Porophyllum, which has lovely sort of pinky flowers, and this is Aporocactus flagelliformis, also lovely big bright pink flowers too on this, and Aporocactus malisonii at the back there have red flowers. And this is my Epiphyllum German Empress, that has beautiful pink flowers on it in the spring and summer. And another epiphyllum here. Believe it or not, this one is actually coming into bud, and it's going to be a red flower on that one, so it could still flower because some epiphyllums still want to flower in the winter, so that's exciting. And then guys, just look at this. This is my zigzag cactus, and it is in magnificent flower. And not only are these flowers absolutely blooming beautiful, but they smell heavenly. It is the most, when I went into the Polytunnel today, the smell of these flowers, the only way to describe it, it's like the best perfume you could ever imagine. It beats Chanel No. 5, and it's a very heavy scent. It's very sort of jasmine-like, and sort of a cross between jasmine and linden blossom, but it is just, look at that guys, the flowers are breathtaking. And I have made a separate video on this beauty, so if it hasn't already gone on the channel, it will go on. It's actually looking better now than when I filmed the video, but this is nice to show you how it's looking now in this update. And these flowers have almost like a lovely peachy colour on the stems there, and the outer petals are just beautiful peachy colour, and then you've got the lovely white in the middle there, just so beautiful. And this is the first time flowering for me, so it makes it extra special. Just look at them, there's more blooms up there. And this cactus itself is absolutely gorgeous because it has its leaves like the zigzaggy effect, hence the nickname the zigzag cactus, because of its leaf is like a zigzag. Very unusual, so it's very beautiful even when it's not in flower, but to have the flowers and first time blooming for me is just so special. I just can't tell you guys how happy I feel to see this. It is beautiful. So as you can see, there's still a lot happening in the Polytunnel even at this time of year. And stay tuned when I do December's update, because I'm pretty sure a lot of the Slumbergeras, the Thanksgiving and the Christmas cacti, and that will all be flowering, or as good as more or less ready to flower. So it's going to be interesting to see how in a month's time everything is starting to look. But very good to see. And as I say, this is all going to be kept dry now in here until the April time. And if you want to know how to overwinter cacti and succulents, then do check out the video I've made. It was made a few years ago now, but the principles are still the same. And I'm very different environment to when I was living there. But do check that video out if you want to know how to overwinter cacti and succulents. And also I made a blog on my website on how to overwinter as well. There's a few tips on there if you're not quite sure the temperatures of your plants. If you're not sure, yours best to keep them warmer temperature than lower. And most cacti, except for the epiphytes, like to be kept totally dry and cool throughout the winter rest period. But some, like the epiphytes, do like a little bit of water about once a month, and even some of the succulents. And as I say, some of the succulents still like to carry on growing. So, you know, it's a bit of a dodgy one when it comes to knowing when to water and their temperatures. It really depends on where you're living in the world and what type of cactus and succulent you are growing. But guys, thank you so much for watching. And as I say, stay tuned for a video coming up on the indoor cacti and succulent and houseplant update that I'll try and get on in a few days' time. I want to send you loads of love. And if you want to know a little bit more on how to grow cacti and succulents, if you're new to the hobby, you would just want to have a look at my website, do go over and check out my website, desertplantsofavalon.com. And I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power from across the Emerald Isle. And until the next video, bye. Bye. Beautiful.